Yabemo bibi akwa ba dia ba smart Ghana update so we news update for frokra na de ba be so mo abusia Kwame Sefa Kayi atuya kakra fa Captain Smart ho ni nyane se okiremu a eyese GJ ene NMC omunyina eba sase mu esan se kame akoyese Ghana for pekonkonsa pa ene adidi atem hunu bi a ehu hia eno ka hu bi ene kame akoyese ya bedru sese be bia yadui enti ono de wo sere se National Media Commission ene Ghana Journalistic Association ebe ya omo set standards ema radio stations ni TV stations ni nyina se ne ebe ya e kame akoyese obi sore ya no kan sim bi wa bra woni evidence ubusa no evidence nso no wanya bia mawa na afi adane attacks ni edidi atem na no ene bi nso so di bi to so a Kwame Tanko nso kiremu a e kame akoyese concert no ene antics na e wo radios ni TV so ni sese no adoson e kame akoyese nipa ne ka asem no na se woni evidence so na ubusa na no no so ahyase edidi atem eno no de to dwa se anam viewership ene listenership ntino sese nkofobia e kame akoyese omuni nsem bia aka na e kame akoyese omo ho eye twam kakra no ne omo be ya ne se omo begina radio so ni TV so a na ne omo keka nsem bia apeke panimu bia dinatemo a na afi no e kame akoyese listenership and viewership no eba eno so woni Kwame Sefa Kayi ebe ya adwen se sa regulations we no ekoso a ebe boa pa se ne ebe ya sa didi atem ene nsem bia nipa ne boni tirimu eka na afi obebuza na evidence no odwane se me nibi na afi police for tata ni nyina eso ebetwa abusia mempesa mekasa bewa mepesa ebetie no aba.
Kwame Sefa Kayi urges NMC and GJ to provide standards for all radio stations in Ghana. Ghana
and setting new standard. Almost and setting new standard.
So what kind of concert not those who radio solo. Radio is a antics. No, yeah. No, yeah. We are listening. Yeah, we have watched. Now, shall I first show no you at them? And you need to make me. Not me hobby. When you come, maybe you know, when you watch, you be so some, you be so for evidence. That's who you are. Now, Tony at him,
Dim Crawford, now, pussy food, do it.
Yay!
Who's I famous of the Constitution? The entire man yen san say, now you free soldier by
yeah,
and a real democracy. Inti emrani nyina no omo yen say emu bego. Ebeye mredi ama wo a wote afidie no so no. Said ebeye a obetimi aka wadwene. Enu nti na eto na bia ye makwan ma wo de nsem bi tudwa. Ba ye ka say baabi a wunya a wonsem free ye no enye nhye. Se obeka baabi a wunya a wonsem free ewo ho. So wuntimi declare for so century say onche the source of the story. Yama kwan ema ye say wow content develop your content we a radio station obi regulate you na emom enye nipa no na wo se wo hyew ensem a wo se wo tena ofidie so awoka enu ntina ye say eni wo kwan se NMC National Media Commission wo mo na kire content a what say will be at the adwuma on the radio station and as a TV station. It was more like giving more independence and more power to the media person. Said ya be obenya kukodro na watimi aye na adwuma yi. But it looks as if say ye my idea eye ade ye to me free wo mu a na ye pese ye abuse sa ade no. Now look at our TV stations. Content a ebinum edeba ye TV stations so akonfo ne nkrofo ayaje TV stations ni ade afa ayi entafo yifo ne nkrofo a ye bu nkrofo fa so in the name of the BI akofo obi abetena say oyare enti yemwa no in the name of the BI do obi to so oyare yemwa no ene edi ebu nkrofo fa so and because NMC to me no ne ono na kire content a wo so obi di adwuma e woni TV anase ni radio station ti now obia akwa fa de ope banka nenke yen ya ye betimi a regulate yen ho ne atoto niema said ye be ya sa advantage aye de amaye no ye be make very good use of it but a lot of people abuse sa advantage ye de ama no betina fidie so obeka onu anim se na asem na all can enye no kure obeka aha nani said the assembly no kre. Now politicians asofo agi media nafa political parties sorry omutimi echre the direction ebia obi content enko omu determine content for radio station for the media
content determiners
and ama ade na ye didi say ye independent was eboa na yetimi di shape society no entimi nyenu na ama we mu eka sa asem na wo mu eka because anya enka it is the best say centroni ye be ma kwan say wa kire wo content wo pese wo de ye adwuma say de bi aban bi entimi me intimidate you but we are not making good use of it. Yeah, abuse.
Okay,
I'm sure you realize that Ghanaweb we like to gossip, we like to say things we have absolutely no idea about and pass it off as truth. And we'll swear that we were there or we heard or we know.
So you don't... Let's talk about how radio has changed over the years. When you started, things were different. Now it's not the same.
Radio has evolved. Personally, I'm happy it's evolved, except that I think we have not... standards have not been adhered to. Basic broadcasting, journalism, media standards. First of all, I think we have too many radio stations. Way too many. And unfortunately, the kind of quality that you expect from radio usually sometimes is very suspect.
Yeah.
Unless we don't want to be truthful. But I love the evolution. I like the fact that it provides a platform for people, first of all, to showcase their talent, exhibit what they can do. It provides an avenue for information dissemination. It goes to areas that previously would not have had the magic of radio.
Right.
And so I love that. It's easier now for people to say, I heard it on radio. But in reverse, it is also dangerous.
Very true.
Because the kinds of stuff that go out could be very dangerous.
How do we care about that? I mean, the numbers, because it's going to increase if something is not done about it.
Unfortunately, I think when we shot out, we did not have rules and regulations properly done or set because it was virgin area. And so it was, as they say, matra emakwe. Let's give it a shot and see. And so by the time we woke up, there probably were too many. Most of them political. Because you have members of parliament owning radio stations, other politicians, ministers of state, business associates of politicians. Let's be honest about it. So everybody feels that, oh, let me give a bit to my party people or to people I'm close to. And so there's a political aspect of it. And then there are those who went into it as a commercial venture, purely a business venture. And so in that, between the two of them, somewhere in there, we should have found proper broadcasting content and standards to guide. Unfortunately, we did not. And we still have not really.
Yeah.
And so sometimes things you hear on radio is atrocious, to say the least.
Yeah.
You know, we have a media commission. We have a GJA. We have Media Foundation for West Africa. We have other media watchers, but I don't know what can be done. Unfortunately, we have, what's the other one? The broadcast group. Oh, I can't remember now. Anyway, when I remember. So you ask yourself, what really are the standards? Anybody just gets up and goes on.
It's beginning to look like money. If you can afford it, that's it.
Yeah, but you see, even if it's money, you can afford it, do it. I think there should be some basic standards we should all follow.
Yep.
You know, For those of us who are in urban areas mostly, we probably have no idea how horrible it can be when you go out of our comfort zone and you hear some things on radio in rural or semi-rural areas. Like, what? This is what they're using radio for. But who's watching the watchman?
Control.
Who's watching the watchman? So yes, it is good that we have plural media, but we should have some standards to go with it.
You know, when you were at Radio Gold, people thought you belonged to the NDC.
Happens all the time.
When you came to Peace FM, people think you belong to MPP.
Happens all the time.
Everybody has a political party they love. How have you managed to keep that out of the public domain?
Because I'm not a politician. I'm a journalist. I'm a media practitioner. I'm a broadcaster. Even the Electoral Commissioner votes for Party A or Party B.
Yeah.
So my prime footing out there is not politics. It's not about whether I like Party A or I like Party B. For me, it's totally irrelevant. I am here to do my job, do it to the best of my ability. Somebody will say, oh, are you neutral? No, I'm not neutral. I'm fair. I am as fair as I can to the issues on the table, to what we're discussing. But I cannot be neutral. It's, as you know, there's this quotation that is attributed to the late Archbishop Desmond Tutu. He says, if a mouse and an elephant were in a fight, and you said you were neutral, as far as the mouse is concerned, you're on the side of the elephant.
Right.
Yes, because I mean, it's such a mismatch. If you will not speak about it or speak against this fight, and you look at us and you say you're neutral. So you cannot be neutral. You can only be fair. I've kept it out, as I mentioned, because that is not my prime responsibility. That is not my focus. Election time, we'd all vote, wouldn't we?
Well, I'm learning. I must say, I'm learning because it's not easy when you host current affairs segments and people judge you based on you being fair. Has it affected you in any way in the past?
In the past, psychologically, yes. You begin to wonder, hey, so what do I do? But I've come to learn that if you spend your time trying to please everybody, you would end up pleasing nobody. As long as you're fair-minded, you're doing what is right. You can't always get it right. But if more than half the time you're doing what is right, keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. Look, some will hate you, some will love you. If you're lucky to have those who love you more than those who hate you, Charlie, live your life.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, you live your life. You see, when you work in the public space and you expect 100% approval rating, then you don't understand what you're doing. You cannot get 100% approval rating when you work in the public space. It is not possible. Some don't like you simply because of your looks.
Right.
But some love you because of your looks. Some don't like you because of your assertiveness or your self-confidence. Others will love you because of that. So, Charlie, live your life.
Over 30 years, you've stayed relevant. What has been your secret?
I don't know. True.
Really?
Yes. What's the secret?